please open your notes, Unit 1.5, Parent Functions. We are going to be talking about parent functions all year long. We will learn about 7 different parent functions. Parent is just the word we use to describe the most basic function, and we're going to describe the linear parent function. And I hope it should be pretty obvious that the linear parent function is going to make a line. In each of our parent functions, we're going to learn how to graph, we're going to learn how to make the equation and the table and the key attributes. The equation for the linear parent function is very simple. Y equals X. My Y was ugly looking. Y equals X. It's not much better. Okay, so if Y equals X, then X equals Y. So if they're equal, if this is -3, then this is also -3. You don't really have to have much of a process to figure it out. If X is equal to Y and X is -2, then Y is -2 if this is negative. And so it's pretty easy to figure out this table because it is a very simple equation. So the graph of this line would look like this. It goes through 0, 0, and 1, 1, and 2, 2, and 3, 3, and it goes across the graph. And we're going to write down the key attributes. So the first thing is, I think I'm going to change to typing for this. Over here. This makes a straight, oops, not an 8. I don't want an 8 in there. This will make a straight line. A linear equation is a straight line. There's no curves, and there is no maximum or minimum. This will also, as you go across the graph from left to right, is increasing everywhere. The x-intercept is where the graph crosses the x-axis. The x-axis is right here, and so the line crosses the x-axis at, get back into typing, the x-intercept is 0, 0. The y-intercept the y-axis is right here where this pink line crosses my original line. The y-intercept is also the slope is positive because the line is going up. The rise over the run is 1 over 1, and that reduces to 1. Some of you had trouble on our last test with domain and range, and so let's look at that. Let me put my line back on. Come on, computer. Here's my line going back across the graph. And so for the domain, this is the farthest point on the right. The domain, I should have started over here because domain goes left to right. Over here is the farthest point on the left, here's the farthest point on the right, but notice that on both the left and the right, where I have made my lines, my boundaries, those aren't actually boundaries because there are arrows. So the domain is all real numbers because of the arrows. So if I look at my graph, the range goes bottom. There's my bottom point. Here's my top point. And at the bottom, I have an arrow. And at the top, I have an arrow. So that the range is these are the key attributes for a linear parent function, and you need to memorize these key attributes.